The Soldier by Rupert Brooke. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave, once, her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by the sons of home. And think, this heart, all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less, gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given, her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter, learnt of friends, and gentleness in hearts at peace under an English heaven.
Never think that war, no matter how necessary nor how justified, is not a crime. Ernest Hemingway, 1946.
In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that marks our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
The cries of the wounded had much diminished now, and as we staggered down the road, the reason was only too apparent, for the water was right over the tops of the shell holes. Captain Edwin Vaughan, 1917.
Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen, 1917. Bent double, like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest we began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out, and the stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea, I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face, like a devil sick of sin. If you could hear, at every jolt, the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues. My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria more.
I wish those people who talk about going on with this war, whatever it costs, could see the soldiers suffering from mustard gas poisoning. Great mustard-coloured blisters, blind eyes, all sticky and stuck together, always fighting for breath, with voices a mere whisper, saying that their throats are closing and they know they will choke. Nurse Vera Brittain, 1933.
Forever Free, a tribute. From the hearths and homes of Britain, from the humble thatched roof cottage, from the lodgings by the dockside where the barges roll and pitch, from the tenements and dwellings in the city's eastern quarter, from the Mayfair flats and mansions and the houses of the rich. From every place in Britain, like an ever-rising torrent, they came, a band of women, just peaceful, homely women, from every class and station with a calm determination that the homes they loved and cherished should remain forever free. In the angry skies above us flew the ferry pilots, women, bringing Spitfires, Mustangs and Whitleys from the lands across the sea. In the grease pits, in the watchtowers, in the workshops, in the hangars, doing any kind of duty that would set a fighter free.
In the gun pits, on the searchlights, in the very heat of battle, never flinching, never failing, in our nation's gravest hour. What a shining torch they bore when Britain's women marched to war, that the land their sons inherit should remain forever free. And around the shores of Britain rolls the great and mighty ocean, and the Navy's grand tradition is a byword on our lips. But a brave new page was added to the silent service logbook, and was written by the women who went down to the sea in ships. They manned the Coast Guard cutters, took their stations on the cliff tops, plotted charts, decoded signals, smart, efficient, keen, alert. And the Navy's fighting men salute with pride the British Wren, for she answered Nelson's signal and kept Britain's lifeline free.
We remember them in London, in the burning heat of London, how they nursed the wounded, drove the cars or stood by in the wards, how the Women's Voluntary Service sent their angels to the homeless, never tiring, never resting, where their voice of duty called. There were women on the buses, in the factories on munitions. There were milkmen, postmen, porters, and they toiled upon the land. They stepped in the home front breaches that our men could storm the beaches to ensure that this dear Britain should remain forever free. If they build a marble column in the centre of our city, there is one I'd place upon it, and I'd call it Britain's pride. She will wear no service ribbons, have no stripes or stars or medals, but she's been right in the thick of it and took it in her stride.
And now, a message.
Mick the Vicar from Staff's Uni Chaplaincy. Thinking about Remembrance, and when I think about Remembrance, I think about my granddad, Albert Cook, who served in the Second World War. I was looking at his war medals again the other day, and something struck me. This one's the Africa Star, and he got this one for serving in Africa, and he was present at the Great Battle of Alamein. This one's the Italy Star. He was present at the Great Battle of Sicily. This one's the France and Germany Star. He received this one for his involvement at Arnhem in Holland. That wasn't a great victory. That was a tough day. That was a bad day. That was, in many respects, a huge failure. But he got a medal nonetheless. And in his role of honour from the Second World War, there are good days and there are bad days. Got me thinking that we all have good days and bad days. And they're all part of the journey. We should remember all of them. There's as much to learn from the downtime as there is from the uptime, if we stop, remember and reflect. So if you're in the middle of a bad one, if you're in the middle of a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, if you're having an absolute nightmare, keep going. It might just be one in a journey that's leading to success, that's leading to a better future, that's leading to a victory. Keep going.
Drummer Hodge by Thomas Hardy. They throw in Drummer Hodge to rest, uncoffined, just as found. His landmark is a copia crest that breaks the veld around. The foreign constellations west each night above his mound. Young Hodge, the drummer, never knew, fresh from his Wessex home, the meaning of the broad Karoo, the bush, the dusty loam, and why uprose to nightly view strange stars amid the gloam. Yet portions of that unknown plain will Hodge forever be. His homely northern breast and brain grew up some southern tree, and strange-eyed constellations reign his stars eternally.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not condemn them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.